guests, parents, teachers, student members of the Parliament, and my dear friends. Today we've all assembled here to observe the Constitution Day of India. Constitution Day, also known as National Law Day, is celebrated every year on 26 November to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. On 26 November 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the Constitution of India and it came into effect on 26 January 1950. That's how the Youth Parliament came into existence. We are glad to witness this mega event for the first time in the history of Jain Public School. Let's begin the event with Tamil Thai Valthu.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடைந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் பதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதழும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
May I request our chief guest, Thiru Kamaraj, Deputy Mayor of Tambaram and other dignitaries to light the lamp and inaugurate the first National Youth Parliament of Jain Public School. I may also request our SAO sir and Principal sir to please accompany them in lighting the lamp. To light the lamp.
Thank you, Ritik. On behalf of Principal Sir, I'll take this opportunity. அகனமர்ந்து செய்யால் உரையும் உகனமர்ந்து நல்விருந்து ஓம்புவாள் இல் நல்ல விருந்தினரை வந்தவரை முகமலர்ச்சியுடன் கொண்டு போற்றுகிறவனுடைய வாழ்க்கை வீட்டில் மணமகிழ்ந்து திருமகள் வாழ்வாள். I welcome you all with a bright-hearted smile. Thank you, sir. Please be here for your gracious presence. Thank you. Thank you, our trustee, sir. A smile is happiness you will find right under our nose. So let us all smile and welcome our dignitaries. Sunshine is a welcome thing. It brings lot of brightness. We are happy and extremely honored to have our brightest star of the day. And I welcome, sir, brightest star, our Kamaraja sir. You are always there for our constituency. And always there for our people. Marking the mark over here, I cordially invite you. And our Mani sir, our president of Tirumadi Vakam, and our Jai Kumar sir, and our respected trustee sir, and our beloved principal sir, and SAO sir, I welcome you all. And the dignitaries, our supporting parents, our supporting pillars, and our youth parliament members and the students. This is our first brilliant event, the mark in the JPS, and I don't think so that any other school has done this in this locality. The international youth of us. Smile is one of the prized possession and we all have it. With hearty mind, heart and soul, I welcome each one. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I request our trustee sir, Mr. Kuldeep, to felicitate the guest and guest of honor present here and to address the gathering on importance of youth parliament.
It is indeed my honor again to welcome the chief guest and to welcome the judge of the event, Mr. Sampath Sir, MA English, worked as an officer at Canara Bank, interested in poetry writing, an avid reader, voracious reader, person who remains young at heart and dynamic personality with unquenchable thirst for knowledge, like a Jain's man, ready to support good initiatives. I can see always support of Sir in our social media and other stuff. Wherever the JPS stands tall, Sir will be the first person to support. Thank you, Sir. And I'm very much honored. And on behalf of Jain Public School, I just take this privilege to just welcome you for this just big event. And our second judge is always a supportive ma'am. And ma'am is Jain Ganesh and graduated MBA, HR, and about 20 years of experience in human resource, expert with IT and manufacturing sectors. Human resource department in a private organization ma'am is heading through right now. And ma'am personally feel that being a HR and being a political leader is very natural and it's very similar, as both have some roles and responsibilities. And ma'am is a proud parent of Nitin grade 4A in our school. And looking after the welfare, taking decisions and the growth of organization, ma'am always stands tall in supporting Jain Public School and the citizen and the benefits of India. I take much honor to welcome both the guests and judges. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon SAO sir to speak about the importance of youth parliament.
Revered guest, Mr. Kamaraj, Trustee, Principal Sir, the other dignitaries on the dais, revered parents, teachers, and parliamentarian of JPS on this particular day. It's indeed my pride privilege to get an opportunity to host this gala event in this great institution. See, learning goes only by experience. These days, book learning is not sufficient. Whatever is to be given must be given through practical exposure and experiences. And how many of us will have an opportunity to go and visit the Parliament House in New Delhi? I don't think any. It's therefore the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs started an event called Youth Parliament with an intention to give exposure to these young minds and let them know about the proceedings of Parliament, how the laws are made, how the discussion takes place, how the opposition argue on certain issues, what is the role of opposition, how Speaker or Deputy Speaker maintain the House. All these are to be made known to every child, whatsoever age group he belongs to. Only once he knows, he will realize the role of his or her as leaders of the country. It's therefore, way back in 1949, immediately after the Constitution was written and brought into force on 26 January 1950, which we observe only as Republic Day. And Republic Day is only known as an event. But how this day is important was made known to all of us only after this youth parliament was introduced. I'm very delighted to have these 50 identified students of this institution who are not only interested in learning the content of the subject, but also wish to join the aspirants force of leadership. You know, JPS is the school for leaders, so we thought what could be a better occasion than this to make children know about, and that's how this youth parliament is to be enacted in front of you. I must congratulate these children for having put in their best efforts. The result, you parents only have to say, but certainly the efforts put in by them and the teachers as a team will bring us the fruit. I must only congratulate my principal, my trustee, for having okayed this event. We wanted to have it in a big formation, but how do we proceed? Whether will it be successful or not? Whether our children will be able to attract the parents or not? All these were in our minds. But nevertheless, winning over all these queries or mindset, we have come into this event, and I'm sure this will get a large mileage to our children, and through our children to the parent, and through parent to the society, and they all will learn what actually the parliament is and how the law is being made. With this intention, this event has been organized. I hope you all will enjoy, and I only aspire that these children who are the parliamentarian, whether they are in opposition or in ruling, they will put in their best and they will learn as to how the laws are made and how these laws are to be executed when they become leader and abide by them. So in the long run, this is going to produce a very good law-abiding citizen, and that is what the aim of Youth Parliament is. On this Constitution Day, we all owe to these children that we will follow the rules and regulations of this great country and abide them into our life so that the country also becomes great. With these words, I convey my sincere gratitude to all of you for having taken time to come and visit this event. Thank you.
May I request all dignitaries and parents to get ready to witness the proceedings of a real parliament carried out as per the list of business. Here comes the proceeding of National Youth Parliament of Jain Public School. With a huge round of applause, let's begin the event.
Honorable members, please sit down. I cordially welcome you all to the most awaited Youth Parliament. I hope this session is a fruitful one as we sit out to discuss the most concerning matters of the nation. Members to take oath or affirmation. Secretary General, please.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Kritikesh, who stands elected from the Pundamalli constituency of Tamil Nadu, will now take oath or affirmation. Mr. Kritikesh, please. Sir, do you want to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In English, please. Do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter. Thank you.
Ms. Danuja, who stands elected from the sci-fi constituency of Uttar Pradesh, will now take the oath or affirmation. Ma'am, do you want to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Hindi, please. मैं धनुजा बलरामन जो सेफेन लोकसभा सीट से सदस्य निर्वाचित हुई हूँ, ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रोकूंगी। मैं भारत की अंगठता और प्रभुत्व अक्षुण्ण रोकूंगी तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाली हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों को मैं श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगी। धन्यवाद।
Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House the demise of our former colleague Shri Mulayam Singh Yadav.
Madam, I rise to pay my deepest condolences to Shri Mulayam Singh Yadav ji. The death of Mulayam Singh Yadav is an irreparable loss to the country. The achievements of Mulayam Singh Yadav ji, who came from an ordinary environment, were extraordinary. Dharti Putra Mulayam ji was a veteran leader associated with the land. He was respected by people of all parties. I had many interactions with him when he served as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. His contribution as the Defense Minister was also very well taken by the nation. In his long public life, he served in many positions and contributed to the development of our country. His demise pains me. Condolence to his family and lakhs of supporters.
Madam Speaker, I rise to pay my tribute to Shri Mulayam Singh Yadav, whose death has been deeply mourned by all. He was a man who came from a family of farmers and made a name for himself. And this tradition was carried by the family. महोदया, मैं भारतीय गणतंत्र के समाजवाद में पुरोधर्मी रहे श्री मुलायम सिंह यादव जी का निधन संपूर्ण देश के लिए भारी क्षति है। मैं परिवार के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूँ तथा उनके चाहने वालों के प्रति भावना व्यक्त करता हूँ तथा ये आशा करता हूँ कि उनके द्वारा अपनाए गए समाजवाद भारतीय राजनीति में जीवंत रखने का प्रयास जारी रखेंगे। पुण्य आत्मा को भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि।
I request the members to stand in silence for a while. Thank you, members. Secretary General may convey the message of condolences to the bereaved family. Prime Minister to introduce new ministers.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I have great pleasure in introducing to you and through you to the House my colleagues, the new ministers. Shri Hrishita, Minister of Corporate Affairs. Shri Chris Joshua, Minister of Agriculture. सभापति महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से आपके द्वारा सभा को नवनिर्वाचित मंत्री श्री हृषिता का परिचय करवाना चाहता हूं। माननीय मंत्री अपने क्षेत्र में वर्षों तक ज्ञान एवं दृढ़ निश्चय से समाज के कल्याण में कार्यरत रही है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि माननीय मंत्री इस देश के उचित समाधान मिलने के लिए अपने योगदान देंगी। सभापति महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से आपके ही द्वारा सभा को नवनिर्वाचित मंत्री श्री क्रिस जोशुआ को भी परिचय करवाना चाहता हूं। महोदय, माननीय मंत्री कृषि के वर्ग में अनुभव सराहनीय है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि देश के कृषक वर्ग के उत्थान में माननीय मंत्री अपना सुयोगदान देंगी।
Now, the House will proceed to question hour. Question number 101. Shri Khushbu, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, will the Minister of Communications be pleased to state whether a large number of complaints have been received by IT department from mobile subscribers regarding misuse of data available with them? And if so, what steps government propose to take in this regard?
Honorable Minister of Communications, please.
Yes, ma'am. Information is being gathered. Government proposes to take the steps in this regard: amendment of the data secret, import of charge analyzers, setting up a vigilance squad.
Shri Khushbu, please.
Madam, some unauthorized connections were detected. We want to know what specific steps have been taken by the government.
Minister, please.
The specific steps have been broadly stated. We got the vigilance squad, which goes immediately on it. I cannot state the exact number of cases that were being registered. Information is being gathered. For example, I could say in Delhi during the last year.
Is 21 days is not enough?
I have not been asked to collect this information. I only incidentally stated in Delhi during the last year there were 50 such cases. In all the complaints, it was investigated that in 3 companies there was misconnection. In all the cases, the employees were identified and were suitably proceeded against.
Next question. Question number 102. Mr. Nikhilesh, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, will the Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state whether the government have assessed the potential of UN keeping forces in India? And if so, what is the outcome of such assessment is? And also, whether the government have formulated any plans to set up our own forces to fight the terrorism from across the border? And if so, the details thereof?
Honorable External Affairs Minister, please.
Yes, sir. Having borne the brunt of cross-border terrorism for decades, India firmly advocates a zero-tolerance approach. In our view, there is no justification for any act of terrorism. The United Nations responds to terrorism by sanctioning its perpetrators. Those who politicize the UNSC 1267 sanctions regimes, sometimes to the extent of extending proclaimed terrorists, do so at their own peril. Believe me, they advance neither their own interests nor indeed their reputation. Number 2, we have focused on maritime security, peacekeeping and counter-terrorism. Our contribution range from providing new technology with human touch to ensure the safety and security of UN peacekeepers. Number 3, India has always espoused a cooperative, inclusive and consultative approach to international relations. We believe that multipolarity rebalancing cannot be kept in abeyance. Hence, India would be hosting its special meeting in Mumbai and New Delhi to architect new tech tools. We have also acted as bridge on some serious. In these turbulent times, it is essential that we all listen to more voices of reasons and experience more act of goodwill. Thank you.
Next question. Question number 103. Mr. Vivek, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am. Honorable Minister for Education, be pleased to state, if Hindi is made compulsory in the part of curriculum as per the new education policy across the nation, if yes, what steps and alternatives have been given to start in non-Hindi states? Don't you think this is an imposition and violation to fundamental rights?
Education Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am. The new education policy was introduced in the year 2020 by our Prime Minister. It aims to provide education to everyone in the Indian society and honorable members should not discriminate or create barriers between the citizens of India. It is brought with the intention to increase flexibility and choice of subjects to study, particularly in the secondary school, including subjects such as physical education, art and craft, and vocational skills, so that students can decide their own path of future and life plan. This can only be achieved when the mother tongue is used in imparting education. I fail to understand how my honorable member friend have come to understand that Hindi has been made compulsory. On the contrary, this NEP aims to make the teaching and the learning process to go as the mother tongue of the state. We have no intention or provision for imposing Hindi. This NEP focuses on 3 languages of which the mother tongue is important. The other languages are left to the state concerned. Non-Hindi states are free to choose between any languages of India. Thank you.
Question number 104. Ms. Manasa, please.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, क्या आवासन एवं शहरी मंत्री यह बताने की कृपा करेंगे कि पहला प्रश्न अर्थव्यवस्था की खस्ता हालत के आलोक में सेंट्रल विस्टा परियोजना के पीछे क्या औचित्य है, और दूसरा प्रश्न इस परियोजना को मूर्त रूप देने वाली कंपनियों तथा इसके चयन की प्रक्रिया का ब्यौरा क्या है?
Mr. Vedant Jain, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, please.
महोदया, मौजूदा संसद भवन का निर्माण कार्य वर्ष 1921 में आरंभ किया गया था और वर्ष 1927 में पूर्ण किया गया था। इस प्रकार यह भवन पहले से ही 93 वर्ष पुराना है और तब से इसे विरासत श्रेणी 1 भवन घोषित किया है। संसद की वर्तमान मांग को पूरा करने के लिए इसकी सुख सुविधाएं पूर्ण रूप से अपर्याप्त है। इसमें कार्यालय स्थान की भारी कमी है और संसद सदस्यों के लिए अलग अलग कक्ष भी नहीं है। माननीय सभापति जी, यह भवन द्विसदनीय संसद के लिए कभी बना ही नहीं था और वर्षों से किए गए रेट्रोफिटिंग के माध्यम से बदलाव किए जाते रहे हैं। साथ ही भवन से संबंधित अन्य ज़रूरतें जैसे पार्किंग आदि की भी भारी कमी है। दूसरा, महोदया, वर्तमान आर्थिक परिवेश में भी यह परियोजना बड़ी संख्या में प्रत्यक्ष व अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से रोजगार उत्पन्न करेगी, जो आर्थिक पुनरुद्धार के लिए एक आवश्यक आधार हो सकता है। तीसरा, सेंट्रल विस्टा के विकास के लिए परामर्शी कार्य केंद्रीय लोक निर्माण विभाग द्वारा अपनाई गई गुणवत्ता से लागत निविदा प्रणाली के माध्यम से HCP डिजाइन एंड मैनेजमेंट प्राइवेट लिमिटेड को दिया गया है। नए संसद के निर्माण के लिए निविदा को खुली प्रतियोगी बोली के माध्यम से आमंत्रित किया गया है। MS टाटा प्रोजेक्ट्स लिमिटेड 861.91 करोड़ के निविदा वाले न्यूनतम निविदाकार के रूप में सामने आए हैं। माननीय सभापति महोदया, मैं पूर्णतः आश्वस्त हूं कि यह प्रोजेक्ट निश्चित धनराशि और समय पर पूरा होगा। हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन को विश्व स्तरीय रूप से ख्याति हासिल होगी। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Question number 105 will be taken by Ms. Rakshita.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, 18% சரக்கு மற்றும் சேவை வரியை GST குறைப்பது குறித்து பரிசீலிக்க அரசு முன்மொழிகிறதா? பெட்ரோல் டீசல் விலை உயர்வு ஒவ்வொரு குடும்பத்தையும் கடுமையாக பாதித்துள்ளது. இதை எப்படி நீங்கள் நியாயப்படுத்துவீர்கள்?
Ms. Anushka, Finance Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, at the outset, I wish to convey my gratitude to the honorable members who raised the question pertaining the price raise and very smartly attached with GST. This was more of a political discussion rather than question in the question hour. But still, I would like to answer the honorable member in English. There is no question of our going back to less than of 18% GST as proposed by the GST Council of India. India is not going into recession and there is zero probability of India slipping into recession.
Finance Minister, she has asked the question in regional language. Why don't you answer in regional language too?
Yes, ma'am. மத்திய அரசு எரிபொருள் மீதான விலையை குறைத்த போதும் மற்ற மாநிலங்கள் அது குறைக்கவில்லை. பின் எப்படி விலை உயர்வை சமாளிக்க வேண்டும் என்று எதிர்பார்க்கின்றீர்கள்? மேலும் சில மாநிலங்களில் 5% ஜிஎஸ்டிக்கு பதில் 18% ஜிஎஸ்டி வசூலிக்கப்படுகிறது. இவ்வாறு ஜிஎஸ்டி மீது பழியை போட்டு மாநிலங்கள் அதிக வரி விதிக்கின்றது.
Thank you, Minister. Question number 106 will be taken by Ms. Preeti Sharma, please.
सबसे पहले मैं सभापति महोदया को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगी
तथा सरकार का ध्यान इस वक्त की सबसे बड़ी चिंताओं की ओर आकर्षित करना चाहती हूँ। महोदया, सरकार बड़े गाजे बाजे के साथ आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रही है, जिससे हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं। पर क्या माननीय सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्री सदन को यह बताने का कष्ट करेंगे कि पहला प्रश्न, वैश्विक स्तर पर भारत का पक्ष रखने के लिए कौन सी संस्थाएं, खासकर न्यूज़ चैनल मौजूदा दौर में सक्रिय है? यदि नहीं, तो वह क्या कारण है कि भारत आज तक वैश्विक स्तर पर एक समाचार चैनल स्थापित ना कर सका? तीसरा प्रश्न, वैश्विक स्तर पर भारत का पक्ष रखने के लिए संस्थाएं जैसे संसद टीवी के संदर्भ में भी संचालन सिर्फ भारत तक महदूद रहा है। क्या भारत ब्रिटेन तथा अमेरिका के तर्ज पर BBC और वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट जैसी संस्थाएं खोलने में समर्थ नहीं?
Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Ms. Mansi Sharma, please.
माननीय सभापति महोदया, मैं अपने साथी सदस्य को यह याद दिलाना चाहती हूँ कि भारत सरकार द्वारा DD इंटरनेशनल चैनल शुरू से ही सेवारत है तथा कई निजी चैनल भी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय खबरों में भारत का पक्ष दिखाते रहते हैं। मैं सदन को इस बात से आश्वस्त करा देना चाहती हूं कि जल्द ही अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों में पूरी तरह समर्पित विषय भी संसद टीवी पर प्रसारित किए जाएंगे। धन्यवाद।
माननीय सभापति महोदया, सरकार का ध्यान सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपना प्रचार प्रसार करने में लगा रहता है, जिस खर्च में सारे सरकारी तामझाम मात्र प्रधानमंत्री जी की इमेज चमकाने में लगे रहते हैं।
You cannot interrupt the business of the house like this. Kindly be seated.
Sorry, ma'am.
Let's proceed to breach of privilege now.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leading news channel of Delhi. While commenting on the recommendations of the Public Accounts Committee, the channel has attributed dishonest motives, and I have requested you to allow me to raise a question on that matter now.
Shri Ricky, have you given me the notice of it earlier?
I have already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today.
You may give the due notice along with the voice recording and I shall consider it. You cannot spring a surprise on me like this. It will be examined when it comes to me and I'll let you know my decision. Now, papers to be laid. Honorable Minister of Steel and Mines, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I beg to lay on the table or copy each of the following notification, Hindi and English version. Under subsection 1 of section 28 of the Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Act 2021. Number 1. Mineral Concession. Third Amendment Rule 1987. Published in notification number GSR 1002E in the Gazette of India, dated 21st December 1987. Number 2. SO 145E, published in the Gazette of India, dated 4th February 2020, authorizing the Geological Survey of India to carry out such detailed investigation for the purpose of obtaining such information as may be necessary in the area specified in the table annexed to the notification. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Agriculture.
Sir, I beg you to lay on the table each copy of the following papers in Hindi and English version. Under subsection 1619A of the following Company Act 2020 to 2021. Review by the government working on the State Farm Corporation in India Limited, New Delhi for year 2020. Review by the government working on the National Mineral Development in Hyderabad for the year 2020 to 2021. Annual report of the National Mineral Development in Hyderabad for the year 2022 to 2021, along with audited accounts and comptroller with comments of Auditor General Limited.
Honorable Minister of Urban Development.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy of each of the following papers under subdivision 1, 619A of the Companies Act 2021. 1. Review by the government on the Natural Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Hyderabad, for the year 2020-2021. Annual report of the Natural Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Hyderabad, for the year 2022-2021, along with the auditor accounts, the comments of the auditors, and the Auditor General thereon.
Secretary to report the message passed from the upper chamber of the Youth Parliament.
Sir, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of the Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament 2022. In accordance with the provisions of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the upper house of Youth Parliament. I am directed to enclose a copy of the Illegal Migrants Determination by Tribunals Bill 2022, which has been passed by the upper chamber at its sitting held on 21st February 2022.
Secretary to lay on the table a copy of bill passed from the upper chamber.
Sir, I lay on the table of the House the Illegal Migrants Determination by Tribunals Bill as passed by the upper chamber.
Honorable members, I have to make an announcement on my own behalf and the behalf of the honorable members of the House. I have a great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to His Excellency Mr. Nitish, the Speaker of Uganda Parliament, and the other honorable members of the House. Singapore Parliamentary Delegation. The other honorable members of the delegation are: number 1, Mr. Hari Prasad, Deputy Speaker. Number 2, Mr. Snegal, also Deputy Speaker. The delegation is an high-powered delegation. The delegation arrived on November 21st, Wednesday, 2022. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country. We also convey them a very best wishes through Her Majesty. The PM of Uganda, the Prime Minister, the government, the Singapore Parliament, the respective country. Now let us take up the calling attention motion. Mrs. Saksita, please call the attention of the Minister.
Sir, I would like to call the attention of the Minister to the recent happenings to our fishermen who ventured into the Rameshwaram fishing harbour last Saturday and were arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy on charge of the fishing water after crossing the international marine boundary line. The boat they were sailing in was also seized by the Navy. According to the police here, the boat they were sailing in belongs to Nishant, a 38-year-old man from Tangachimandapam. When they were fishing in the deep sea, they were arrested. However, on this condemnable act, both the central and state government sit quiet.
Leader of Opposition, please.
Madam Speaker, Tamil fishermen issue is first of all not given national importance like other issues. The major problem is the fishing area of international borders, Indian borders and Sri Lankan region is not well understood by the fishermen, and also due to air currents they navigate into Sri Lankan borders sometimes, and also due to lack of fishes sometimes. This is very natural. Major navigated because of air currents. Farmers and fishermen, particularly Tamil fishermen, were treated as a secondary citizen of India. But whenever they enters or crosses international borders, they are arrested by Sri Lankan Navy. And they not only arrest them, बल्कि उनको पकड़कर मारते हैं, पीटते हैं, उनके मछली पकड़ने वाले जालियों को बर्बाद कर देते हैं, उनके नावों को तोड़ देते हैं, और इतना ही नहीं बल्कि अंत में उन्हें गोली भी मार देते हैं. और ये बहुत बार हो चुका है, लेकिन ना ही देश की सरकार और ना ही राज्य की सरकार ने कभी इसके बारे में निंदा की है. और जब उन्हें छोड़ा भी जाता है तो उनके नावों को जब्त करके रखा जाता है. और एक मछुआरे के पास अगर उसका नाव ही नहीं होगा तो अपना और अपने परिवार का पेट कैसे चलाएगा. अब उनका काम है कि मछली पकड़ना, बाजार में बेचना और अपना और अपने परिवार के उस पैसे से पेट चलाना. और जब उनके पास नाव ही नहीं होंगे तो जिएंगे कैसे. और मुंबई और गुजरात के पाकिस्तानी सीमा पर भी ऐसे अप्रिय घटनाएं नहीं होती हैं. ये प्रकृति का कारण है कि मछुआरे बॉर्डर्स पार कर जाते हैं, तो इसको बदलना होगा. दिस हैज टू बी चेंज. आई विश टू कॉल द इमीडिएट अटेंशन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट टुवर्ड्स दिस इशू. जय हिंद.
Mr. Hashwant will speak now.
Honorable Madam Speaker, தமிழக கடல் எல்லையில் தமிழக மீனவர்களுக்கும் இலங்கை மீனவர்களுக்கும் இடையே மோதல் ஏற்படுவது என்பது நீண்ட காலமான தொடர் பிரச்சனையாக இருந்து வருகிறது. இந்த விவகாரத்தில் உடனடியாகவே தேவையான நடவடிக்கைகளை மேற்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்று மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் அவரை கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி.
Minister of Fisheries, please.
Madam Speaker, I wish to convey my gratitude to all the members who spoke with a deep sense of responsibility while keeping the decorum of the House. As for the details of the content kept on the table of the House, I will not speak much on that. But As far as the information placed by Mrs. Akshita is concerned, I would like to state that the state government of Tamil Nadu has brought this to our notice. Even before that, the central government, through the external minister of Sri Lanka, had identified the arrested fishermen as K. Andi, age 38, V. Karuna, age 42, and Ulaganathan, age 40, all from Rameshwaram, were released immediately. The strike, called by the Federation of Association of All Mechanized Boat Fishermen, has also been called off on seeing our quick action. The fishermen arrested in Talaimanar will also be handed over to the fisheries inspector in Mannar. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Let's proceed to the legislative business. Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting to introduce the bill.
Ma'am, I beg to move for leave to introduce the bill on Data Protection Act 2022.
The question is that leave be granted to bill of data protection or not. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted.
Ma'am, I introduce the bill.
Thank you. Now the House will take up for consideration the Commission of Population Control Bill 2019. Minister, please.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move the bill called Population Control Bill for consideration. Madam, as the House is aware that the population growth of India has reached 1.4 billion and has now become the world's second most populous country. Moreover, Population Control Bill or two-child policy has been introduced in the Parliament of India 35 times since independence. If enacted, Population Control Bill must take into account the rights of divorced couples as well as the Islamic religion. The bills that were introduced earlier to introduce two-child policy lacked these features, and they were heavily criticized by the general public and parties in opposition. The bill proposed to incentivize its adoption through various measures such as tax cut, home loan, free healthcare, educational benefits, and better employment opportunity. The one-man committee also suggests penalties for couples not adhering to child norms, such as debarment from contesting in elections and ineligibility from joining government jobs.
Ms. Harshita will speak now.
Honorable Madam, I stand to oppose the bill. Although the Article 22 of the 1969 Declaration on Social Progress and Development adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in a resolution ensures that the couples will have a right to responsibly choose the number of children they will have. The policies such as Population Control Bill to control and regulate the number of children violates constitutional rights as Article 16 and Article 21. Therefore, I request the Honorable Minister to resubmit the bill for consideration.
Mr. Sriman Venkat will speak now.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I stand to oppose Population Control Bill. First, China has taken a lead in instituting a strict one-child policy for families. It is the world's most populous country, although they have relaxed the law by encouraging 3 children for couple. Second, Kenya has launched a family planning campaign with the goal of matching population size to the available resource which they could not succeed to. Third, Russia on the other hand has been experiencing a population decline because of high mortality rates which are likely due to factors such as alcohol and drugs. So what guarantee is there that India will succeed in implementing Population Control Bill?
Minister, please.
The proposed Population Control Bill in India aims to disincentivize couples from giving birth more than 2 children. The bill states that couples with more than 2 children be made ineligible for government jobs and various facilities and goods provided by the government. As far as the doubts raised by my honorable members are concerned, I am to remind them through you, ma'am, that there is no need to be a fear about the failure of the bill. As an Indian democracy, there is always a provision to amend the law. Therefore, with the interest of the country and resources of India, I appeal honorable members through you, ma'am, to pass the bill.
Now the question is that clause 2 by 10 stand part of the bill. There is one amendment by clause 5 by Sri Harshita. Are you moving it?
No, ma'am. In view of the reply given by the minister, I am not pressing my amendment.
Now the question is that clause 2 by 10 stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted by clause 2 by 10 stand part of the bill. The clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill is acted now. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Minister for Human Resource Development, please.
Ma'am, I move the bill to be passed.
Motion moved that the bill is passed. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Prime Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, while I thank the honorable members, I wish to ascertain that population explosion will cause several problems to the future generation. But there is a vigilant section of public which stops to think before bringing a child to this world, whether they can do justice to the child, whether that they can give him or her the entire. They have a small family and wish to express their patriotism to the country. This is also, but for sure, that improved access to education shall be empowered, and coercion should not be the guiding factor behind the population control campaign. Policies of government must not mirror the systematic discrimination prevalent in the society. The family welfare program in India is voluntary in nature and is enabled for couples to decide their family size and adopt a family planning method best suited for them without any compulsion. I sincerely honor the mood of the House and assure work with commitment.
Thank you, Minister. Now the House will take a private member resolution. She is Shreya to move the private member resolution.
Ma'am, I move the following resolution. This House recommends that the government should, point number 1, take steps to provide one law for the entire country applicable to all the religious communities in their personal matters such as marriage, divorce, adoption, inheritance, etc. Point number 2, Goa is the only state in India that has a uniform civil code regardless of their religion, gender and caste. So why can't it be a uniform civil code for the entire country?
Shreya, please.
Of course, certain Maulvic Islamic scholar would oppose to implement uniform civil code as it will reduce their power. Chaudhary said, in Hinduism, various social evils such as sati system were abolished. But equality in the right to property of women was brought. But in Islam, the scales are heavily tipped toward men.
Shreya, please.
Ma'am, I'm grateful to the honorable members for lending support to my resolution. In view of the assurance given by the honorable minister, and since a law has already been enacted to deal with this menace, I hope that the government will take measures to eliminate this problem. Therefore, I may be allowed to withdraw this resolution.
Has the honorable member, leave of the House, withdrawn his resolution? Yes. The resolution by leave of the House stands withdrawn. Now the House is adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thank you.
Ritik, it was indeed a splendid performance, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm sure the same is the feeling of all present here.
I felt as if I'm in a parliament house. Won't it be nice to listen what our revived guests feel about the entire proceeding?
Yes, it will be.
I may call upon our chief guest, Thiru Kamaraj, Deputy Mayor of Tambaram, to address the gathering and to bless the young parliamentarian of Youth Parliament.
திருமுடிவாக்கம் ஜெயின் பள்ளியின் தேசிய இளைஞர்கள் நடத்துகின்ற பாராளுமன்ற நிகழ்ச்சியை கண்டுகளித்து கொண்டிருந்தோம். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியின் தலைவர் பொறுப்பேற்று நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய பள்ளியினுடைய முதல்வர், தாளாளர், செயலாளர், இந்த விழா நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வருகை சென்று சிறப்பித்து கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய என்னுடைய அருமை சகோதரர் மணி, என்னுடைய உடன்பிறவா சகோதரர் ஜெயக்குமார், சபாநாயகர், பிரதமர், பாராளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள், எதிர்க்கட்சி தலைவர்கள், மேல் சபை உறுப்பினர்கள், உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வணங்கி மகிழ்வதிலே மற்றற்ற மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். என்ன அற்புதமாக பண்ணாங்க. நான் பாராளுமன்ற நிகழ்வு நடைபெறுகின்ற போது நான் பார்த்திருக்கின்றேன். இதுபோல் பாராளுமன்றம் அங்கே நடந்தால் அற்புதமாகத்தான் இருக்கும். பாராளுமன்றம் நடைபெறுகின்ற பொழுது பாதி பேர் இருக்க மாட்டார்கள், பாதி பேர் இருப்பார்கள், சில பேர் தூங்கிக் கொண்டிருப்பார்கள். இங்கு மட்டும்தான் விழித்து கொண்டு நாட்டை பற்றியே சிந்தித்து கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய ஆற்றலாளர்கள் இருக்கின்றார்கள். அற்புதமான நிகழ்வு. என்ன பில் பாஸ் பண்ணுறது எப்படி பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க சபாநாயகர்? ஸ்பீக்கர் இறந்து போகிறாங்க, டெப்டி ஸ்பீக்கர் வரார். அவர் போன உடனே திருப்பி மேடம் வந்து உட்காடுறாங்க. அந்த பில் பாஸ் பண்ணுறது, இந்த மோஷனில் பாஸ் பண்ணுறது என்ன அற்புதமாக பண்ணாங்க. பாராளுமன்றத்தில் நடைபெறாத நிகழ்ச்சி கூட இங்கே தான் நடைபெறுது. பல்வேறு மொழிகளிலே உரையாற்றி இருந்தாலும் என் தாய்மொழியை உரையாற்றுகின்ற அந்த அருமை தங்கைக்கு நான் வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். அற்புதமாக அவங்க கேட்டது டேக்ஸ், பெட்ரோல் டேக்ஸ், வாட்டர், இதெல்லாம் கேட்டாங்க. தளபதி அவர்கள் குறைத்து தான் இருக்கின்றார்கள். பெட்ரோலியம் மினிஸ்டர் சொல்கிறேன், தளபதி அவர்கள் குறைத்துத்தான் இருக்கின்றார்கள். அப்பேற்பட்ட நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து கொண்டு அவை பாட்டி கூறியது போல கற்றது கையளவு, கல்லாதது கடலளவு என்பார்கள். இப்பொழுதெல்லாம் மாறி போச்சு. கற்றது கால்குலேட்டர் அளவு, கல்லாதது கம்ப்யூட்டர் அளவு ஆகிவிட்டது. ஒற்றை விரல் கொண்டு உலக நிகழ்வுகளை தள்ளி பார்த்து நிகழ்ச்சிகளை பார்த்து கண்டு ரசிக்கக்கூடிய இந்த மாணாக்கர்கள் 4 சுவற்றினுள் அடைந்து விடக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக பாராளுமன்றத்திலும் உங்களுடைய குரல் ஒலிக்க வேண்டும், ஒலிக்க வேண்டும், ஒலிக்க வேண்டும். இதற்கு உறுதுணையாக பெற்றோர்கள் தான் இருக்க வேண்டும். அரசியல் கட்சி என்று பார்த்து விடாதீர்கள். இவர்கள் நாட்டுக்கு சேவை செய்யக்கூடியவர்கள். பொறியாளர்களாக இருந்தாலும், மருத்துவர்களாக இருந்தாலும், அரசியல்வாதிகளாக இருந்தாலும் நாட்டுக்காக உழைப்பதற்குத்தான் மாணாக்கர்கள். வருகின்ற இந்தியா இளைஞர்களுடைய கையில் தான் இருக்கின்றது. இளைஞர்கள் தான் நாட்டினுடைய முதுகெலும்பு என்று கூறி பாராளுமன்றம் நடத்திய சபாநாயகர் உள்ளிட்ட அத்துணை பேருக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்து விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
It was an awesome experience, sir. I assure you, sir, that the entire student team of JPS will follow your advice throughout our lives. We are impressed and honored to have you as our guests. We kindly request few of our parents here to express their views on today's proceedings.
I am requesting Anushka's parents to give your feedback about the program.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the school management for allowing to host this kind of event, which we haven't experienced any time itself in the school. And second, I would like to thank the teachers, those who have already involved in this mega event, for showcasing this kind of seamless showcase of Parliament, which we haven't experienced in the TV also, but we have seen the live today. How they have done it already performed actually. Third thing, coming back to the kids or the young parliamentarians, I don't know how much time you could have spent on this, starting from the speaker ma'am to the students of the young parliamentarians, all the ministries. Your preparation is flawless. Your execution is seamless. I'm really honored actually that, honestly speaking, I thought I'll not event because we are going out of station. But I think like I've already experienced such a great event which we haven't seen till date. And at the age of at this age of yours, I'm sure if you go to parliament, you will make a more effect on the nation than the people sitting right now there itself. Thank you so much, so much, so much.
Thank you, sir. I'm requesting Ritik's mom to give a feedback.
Thank you for the opportunity to give a feedback on this wonderful event. I'm honored to be speaking here, and I'm grateful that the leaders have started blooming into actual leaders. Apart from other than school students, they look like leaders and they behave like leaders. And I hope, as Sir said, that the real parliament was this proper and it happened so justfully. And it was a great experience for both the participants, the audience, and the other non-participants too. I hope they've got their learning experience, and I'm happy to be here, thankful to the management, to Principal Sir, to all the teachers and the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir and ma'am. We are delighted and feel motivated after hearing your encouraging words. I am sure each one of us as a team deserves the appreciation given to us.
Every participant deserves a certificate, and I am given to understand that the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs will send a participation certificate later. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to distribute certificates to all the participants.
First, I call upon the Speaker of the House, Rishika Raj. Next, I call upon the Prime Minister of the House, Ananta Jai. And the Leader of the Opposition, Shivam Kumar.
Now I call upon the Deputy Speaker, Mr. Sarvesh. I call upon the Secretary General, Mr. Santosh Kumar. Thank you, sir. It was indeed a proud moment for all of us. May I now call upon our SAO, sir, to propose the vote of thanks.
Revered guest on the dais, chief guest of the day, Kamarajan sir, our parliamentarian, teachers and parents. It was indeed a wonderful performance, as our Kamarajan sir felt that the proceedings must go like this even in the real parliament. That is what exactly the feeling of all of us. In fact, I have witnessed several parliament like this in schools, of course. But the presentation over here was superb and flawless. All the children, irrespective of their designation in the house, gave their best. In fact, when I was talking to the team members, including Mrs. Purnima, about the performance, she was a bit reluctant. She was a bit confused whether the house will perform as expected, because we have set some expectation. Our management is also giving time and again guidance as to how this must be proceeded with, because we are planning it for a larger scale so that entire community, not only the school parents but also the local parent, could see, because it's a rarest opportunity, and if it is going from Jain Public School, it will be a mileage to us. More than the mileage, I must say, a learning pattern will prevail in the society to be a best citizen in the country. And you know the result. I need not give added boost to what they have performed. I am sure and confident that most of you will, as our Kamarajan sir felt, be in the parliament in some capacity or the other. No wonders. Only thing, you must have interest to serve the nation. You must have interest to serve the nation. We have about 600 members, and now, as today Prime Minister will dedicate the new parliament house to the nation, the number may go to 1,000 also, who knows, because it has got a huge capacity. The new Vista project, which is being dedicated to the country, can accommodate. The population of India is also growing, so member of parliament will also increase. So you have a very bright chance even as a parliamentarian, and these days parliament is not to go only by elections. Even the selections, nominations are being done. The best doctors, best teachers, best lawyers, best in their field can also be a part of member of parliament. So you have only thing you must learn, you must know how the bill is passed, how the problems are taken. I must appreciate the opposition for having raised their questions in a very, very effective manner. Particularly the issue of education, the issue of fisheries that were taken, marvelous. Whether this kind of real issues are being taken in the parliament or not, some of you may have raised doubts. Yes, they are taken, but certainly not so moderately, certainly not so effectively answered. There will be fights, as Kamarajan sir pointed out correctly, that they will leave the house. Sometimes they may sleep, sometimes they may bring banner, and there will be a kind of chaos, if you have seen or witnessed. But nothing of that sort seen here. So I would like to place on record my appreciation and congratulations to every one of you. And also would like to thank our chairman for having come here and blessed us with his august presence. The chief guest, he gave a very encouraging words. You heard him. How beautifully he encouraged and motivated these children to take up the profession. May not be as leaders of the political party, but also as leaders in their own field. I wish this dream of his you all fulfill in some capacity or the other. I must convey from deep of my heart to you, sir, for having motivated our children, and I'm sure they will come forward. I must also convey my sincere thanks to other two dignitaries on the dais for having spared their time along with their team. Sorry, we could not accommodate most of them because they are outside standing, so I must congratulate and convey sincere thanks from my deep of heart to them also, who could take their time, because Saturday is the time when they all are busy inspecting other areas of their own. Being mayor, sir is very busy. In fact, he told me that he will be here only for a certain time, but the proceedings got him and made him to sit and witness the entire program. So I must thank you, you and your team. Whether things go right or wrong, the responsibility will always be passed on to captain of the ship. It's none other than our principal. I must congratulate him for having given this opportunity to a team of our school. In fact, when I was talking to him and to the team, they said, we have no such experience, or I don't know whether it will be a success or not. As experience comes only for the first time. So for having shown his trust on the team and in the students, I must convey my sincere gratitude to principal also. And of course the teachers who, without seeing day and night, were working on it, whether it is infrastructure facilities, whether it is seating arrangement. We knew that the parents will be large in number. We also knew that we cannot accommodate everyone because half of the room is taken by the stage itself. So how do we go ahead? Whether there is an alternative plan, whether can we have outside, whether can we have inside. So our tech team came forward and they said, sir, this is the alternate, we can. Budgeting. Many work behind the scene has gone, and there are many silent workers. All those, whether my electrician, whether my cameraman, whether my other teachers, they all have put in their sincere efforts, including the drivers and our sub-staff for cleaning, arranging, maintaining. So I must give my sincere thanks to them also for having put in all their silent efforts without minding the hardship involved in it. On the whole, the team gets the credit of it. So my team, whether it is teaching staff or non-teaching staff, under the leadership of my principal, and of course the young boys and girls who, without minding their academic loss, have put in their efforts. The script was given to them. We don't know whether they will be learning it or not. We never knew whether they will be following it, whether there will be a clash, because it's a mass participation, more than the annual day celebration. Whether there is a proper tie-up or not, but I must congratulate to Secretary General for having taken the entire team, because as it is in the principal school, it is the General Secretary in the Parliament. He has to take up the entire proceedings, he has to call upon all the papers and then make sure that Speaker follows it with the help of Deputy Speaker and of course Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition. And it all went on as if it is going in the Parliament. So they also deserve my sincere thanks and gratitude. Last but not the least, their parents, because satisfying parent is most important activity these days. Parents will never be satisfied unless and until something concrete is shown to them. Parent will never be happy unless and until they see the glooming changes in their children. And I'm very happy that most of you who could come and witness your children would have satisfied and will go with full satisfaction that their children are in a very safe hand under a very good team of JPS to mold them out. With this, their thanks is not sufficient. Our wish is that you go and publicize it to your own parents, your own relatives, your own friends, that this is what JPS is different from. This is how the things must go on, and this is how there is a school which is giving our children a different activity. I am sure with these sincere efforts, the school will grow and many more children of this caliber will come forward. There are many children who are not getting opportunity. Therefore, they are not able to shine. But here it is a school just behind their what you call doors or house, which gives them all-round development, be a sports, be a parliament activity, be it a science exhibition, be it an art and craft. You think of an area, the school is ready with an opportunity. Yesterday we had for kids the program, wonderfully went on. Children came, parent went in happiness, and this is what exactly we want. So parents are more important to us, and that is why we want them to come and see their children live performing various activity in addition to their academic activity. With these words, I convey my sincere thanks to one and all for having chosen this institution, for having come over here and made this occasion a day for them. I am sure, sir, you will also be happy to see. You would have felt that this time is not a waste of time for you. And இங்கே வந்து உட்கார்ந்து இவ்வளோ நேரம் பசங்களோட உங்களுடைய experience is going. Your presence itself will make our children elevated. So once again, I must thank you. And judges, had they not come, I don't know what result they have given. Their result will be taken as it is in consultation with the team we are here. And 5 of such good team, I think both of you can again decide as to which 5 did best. Their name will be uploaded in the Youth Parliament website, and they will be getting a merit certificate from the Parliament House itself under the signature of Youth Parliament Ministry Affairs. That will be given to them on suitable occasion whenever the nation celebrates. So we may have our annual day. At that time, it will be the most appropriate time to give this national certificate. So congratulations, children. Best of luck, and thank to one and all.
I am requesting everyone to rise up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलसिधरंगा दव शुभ नामे जाहे दव शुभ आशीष माहे काहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे